Welcome to the Smurf and Smurfette podcast. I'm Smurf and I'm here with, just myself this afternoon for this very short but special presentation about next week's TMT 100. Just this morning I was on ABC Capricornia Radio talking about the 100Ks that I'll run next Sunday, the 8th of November, from Theodore across to Moura, turning around and coming all the way back to Theodore again. That 100Ks to raise awareness for mental health and also to raise funds for mental health charity LIVIN. LIVIN, L-I-V-I-N, is a Queensland-based mental health charity that it supports the mental health of young people. In particular, they are about breaking down the stigma that is attached to mental health and encouraging people to speak up if they need some help. And they do this through their Livin' Well program that they deliver to schools, organisations and businesses all around Queensland and the country. So all the funds raised for TMT 100 will go to supporting that great cause. Now, next week on Sunday, when I'm running that 100Ks, it's not just by myself. I have the support of many people around me. Of course, Smurfette will be joining us and she'll be supporting in a vehicle, and she'll be joined by our good friend Kate Moura as well. Now, Kate and Yanta Mining have been a great support to TMT 100 and Smurfette in general. They've donated to LIVIN and to TMT 100, but they're also providing the signage for next week's event, which is fantastic. We'll also be supported by a number of our friends around the area here who will be jumping in and running part of the way too. So super excited about that. But it's not just them that we have to thank. We also have to say thanks to S Fuels, who have been supporters of us for the last 2 years, and come next Sunday, absolutely over that 100Ks, that 9 to 10 hours, be fueling with S Fuels, using the S Fuels train and the S Fuels Life bars. That should get me through, be all good. Also, of course, we have to say thanks to Win Republic, Marlow Republic Team Win. We're both members of Team Win, and I'll be repping the Team Win gear come next weekend, and some Marlow Republic gear, which will be nice and comfy and light for the incredibly hot conditions that we'll have. So thank you to everyone who's supporting us. But for now, let's jump in and listen to my interview on ABC Radio this morning with Paul Culliver.
On ABC Capricornia.
How far is it, Moura to Theodore, do you reckon? Oh, I don't know, probably about an hour? No, not in a car, to run it. Oh, that could take a few more minutes. Someone who's about to find out. Joshua Duff, he's in Theodore and he's got a bit of an idea. Joshua Duff, good morning.
Good morning, Paul.
What are you going to do in a week's time?
In a week's time, Paul, I'm getting out there and running all the way from Junction Park here in Theodore across to Moura, turning around, and why not do it all again?
Oh my God. Okay, so wait, now what is the total distance that you'll run?
It'll be just a touch over 100 kilometres, so 50k one way, turn around and run another 50k back the other way.
Oh my God, why?
Well, that's a really good question, Paul. Essentially, I'm raising funds for a mental health charity called LIVIN. They're based here in Queensland and on the Gold Coast specifically, and they're about looking after the mental health of young people, particularly connecting and supporting, encouraging young people to talk about their feelings and their challenges and breaking down the perceptions of mental health. So all the funds that I raise will go to supporting their Living Well mental health programs, which is about reducing the stigma attached to mental health.
And I should say it's LIVIN, L-I-V-I-N, as in living without the G, dropped off the N there. Why have you decided that that's something you want to do?
Well, I've been in the Moura Theodore area for about 5-6 years now, and I've always had this inkling about wanting to run the 50Ks one way or another for whatever reason. But then I had my own struggles with mental health towards the end of last year as a principal of a small school out here, and struggling with that, and lost some really close family members. And so all those sort of things combined to the point where I needed to get some help. And I was lucky to have my beautiful wife notice that I had the signs of some anxiety, and so I got some help that I needed, whereas there's other people out there that don't necessarily go out of their way to get that help and speak up. So part of it is partly because, I like to challenge myself, but the other part is to encourage other people to speak out when they need some help.
Yeah. And you hope that by doing this and by talking about it, on the radio and wherever else, that people will, speak up and say something.
Exactly, and especially in those sort of positions in the workplace where you do manage people and people look up to you, and it can be hard to actually say what you feel and say that, you know what, actually I'm struggling a bit at the moment, I need to get some help and take some time out. So I hope that what I'm doing encourages others to speak out and say, look, you know what, I am struggling at the moment, I'm going to go see my GP, I'm going to call Beyond Blue or whoever it might be to get some help.
Yeah. Josh Duff is who you're hearing from. He's in Theodore. He's going to run Theodore to Moura and then turn around and run back again to raise awareness for mental health and also for the charity LIVIN, raise some money. Josh, how's the road out there? I'm pretty sure I must have done that drive on the way when I first came through CQ, but I'm trying to remember it now. It's quite hilly, isn't it?
It's deceptively hilly, Paul. It is deceptively hilly. And in particular, some of it is off-road over Malakoff's Lookout here, so there's a couple of 100 metres of elevation there. So it is deceptively hilly, but I think the biggest challenge next weekend, Paul, is going to be the heat, particularly if it's humid and we get some more 30-plus degree days. I think that will be the biggest challenge.
Because how long do you expect it to take you?
Looking at around 9 to 10 hours, and
God.
I'll have... Yeah, it'll be a long day, but I've got plenty of support. My wife and our good friend out here, Kate Mooring, will be supporting in a vehicle, and I've got a few friends that will be jumping in and running some short stints with us as well. So it's definitely a team effort.
Yeah, wow. And are you going to take off nice and early in the morning?
Relatively early, so we'll start at 6 o'clock here in Theodore, and hopefully we're turning around in Moura around about 11. And finishing up here at Junction Park in Theodore again at 4 o'clock in the afternoon.
Oh my God! How's your training? How's your match fitness?
I'm hoping I'm pretty fit. But look, I've been pretty consistent over the last 5 to 6 months. I ran my first ultra marathon up in Cairns, which was 66 kilometres back in August, and then I ran Yeppoon Running Festival. Finished fourth there a couple of weeks ago.
Oh, congratulations!
And yeah, it was good. And then last weekend I covered almost 100 Ks over a few days just to make sure I'm good to go. So now it's just getting in and finishing off next week.
That's incredible. Josh, this is really cool. Great that you're doing this. If people do want to, I suppose, learn more about your story, but also to contribute in aid of what you're doing, where should they go?
Well, the best place to go, Paul, would be our website, which is www.smurfandSmurfette.com.au/events. And in there, you'll find out all the information about next week's run and where you can donate to LIVIN as well.
Okay, smurfandSmurfette.com.au.
Smurf and Smurfette, that's right.
Very good. And you talked obviously just about your challenges with mental health. How are you doing these days?
Great. So I made the tough decision to take some leave from my position and take up a part-time role over here at Theodore State School. And it's just such a lovely community here, and my wife and my family and everyone's been so supportive. And you know what, Paul? We now have a baby on the way in December. So, look, everything's going really, really well.
That's amazing. I was there a conversation where, like, Josh, if you're going to do this run, do it before the baby comes.
Something like that. It will all get a bit more challenging in a few more months.
Yes. Hey, congratulations to you in advance. What an incredible thing to do for the community, and good luck with it.
Thank you very much. Appreciate it.
Josh Duff from Theodore there. He's going to run 100 Ks. Theodore to Moura and then back again.
Well, there it is, my interview this morning on ABC Radio Capricornia with Paul. Thanks to the ABC for having me on, and I appreciate that opportunity. Now, if you want to donate and help out and support this great cause, you can. You just need to go to www.smurfandsmurfette.com.au/events, and on that page you'll find all the information about next Sunday, the 8th of November, and you can also click the Donate Now button to do so. You can also find it at My Cause and search #TMT100. Come next weekend, of course, we'll be broadcasting the event across social media on our Instagram and Facebook channels, so keep an eye on that. And we'll also have a GPS tracker so you can track how I'm going along that 100K stretch. So thank you to everyone for listening. Thank you to everyone for your support, and looking forward to getting this underway next weekend. Cheers.